Hmm. Mhm. Hmm. Are you ready to rock and roll? Whoo-wee. It's that kind of day. Uh-huh. It's that kind of day. So are we live? I think we're live. Let's just double check here. We're live. I think I got some coconut oil in my eyes. Hmm. Tammy, whenever you're invited somewhere, make sure you go. Make sure you go. Tammy, if you are ever invited somewhere, make sure you go because you never know when someone might be there that needs you, that you have been invited to an event, a happening, a different, maybe even something different out of your comfort zone, but you've been invited. And there's a bigger reason for that. There's a bigger reason for the invitation to show up. How many of us have had an invitation and not shown up? How many of us ended up accepting the invitation and showed up at the event, at the happening, at whatever it is, and you've been blown away by what transpired? That you knew it was beyond your comprehension. You could not even imagine how things flowed, how things ended up being for you. A certain person you might have met, a gift you may have received, an awareness that popped through, an aha moment that took your breath away, a spark that lit you on fire, a comment that brightened your spirit, an action that lifted your soul. Mhm. We may never know why we're invited to something. And then when we say yes, when we say yes, when we allow that whisper to talk to us, and we won't put one foot in forward, when we put one foot in front of the other, and we show up, it is amazing how the universe conspires to our highest, grandest awakening to ourselves, to ourselves, to ourselves, darlings. Recently, I was asked to be a keynote speaker at a local university for a massage therapy group. And when I was asked, I was really tired. So naturally, the first thing out of my mouth was, no way. I couldn't even imagine being able to do that, to have that energy in that moment. And I remembered this saying. So I let a couple days go by and I remembered this saying, this mantra that I heard decades ago, years ago, from one of my mentors. Tammy, if you are invited, go. You never know why you were invited. You never know why somebody is there. Okay, let me rephrase that. You never know why you were invited. You may not know the reason until you show up. And the reason might not even show up when you show up. It might not even reveal itself to you in this lifetime. But when we say no to something, check in with ourselves. Is it because we're tired? Like, is it a true no? Are we being lazy? Maybe I was being a little lazy. Like, oh, I'd rather do this. Oh, I don't want to go. Oh, really? That means I have to think about what I need to say. I need to practice. I need to get ready. I need to perform. I need to, like there's a lot into being a keynote speaker. If you want to be good, if you desire to be great, and if you desire to touch the lives of those that are in front of you, around you, there's a lot of prep work to that. Preparation, preparation. Are we doing our preparation to showing up better and higher than what we showed up before? Now, during the winter months, I go through some kind of, and I've been noticing this has been happening for the last few years. Like, I've noticed it more in the last few years. Maybe it's happened before, even that, but I've really been noticing it as I sit and be with that of in the winter months. It's just like, man, I just go into this, um, how do you want to say this? What do bears do? Hibernation. Thank you. I go into this kind of hibernation and just don't want to be around social media, really go in myself and really be with me. The more alone time I have in those months, in that cycle of time, the more like there's a deep rest that desires to be felt and heard and practiced within me. So I was in that kind of mm, frame. I was in that kind of mindset, but also body set. And there was no yes. There was no yes to showing up. And I honored that. However, I also sat with that invitation. And then somebody, I don't even remember what, but I listened to something and somebody said something and it just like, wow. And it made me think, was that the universe inviting me to show up, to start planting even more seeds? Was that Mama Earth calling me forward, calling me out of that cocoon? Was that Mama Earth like, phew, I just feel that like right now, sharing that with you, Mama Earth calling me out of that cocoon. Wow. So I said yes. So I Messaged the lady back, said, "Are you still looking for a speaker?" Or actually, I said, "Have you found somebody yet?" I was kind of hoping she'd say yes. If we want to be like really truth here, I was really hoping she'd say yes. And she didn't. Ah, right? She said no. I haven't. I'm like, oh man. Okay, Tammy. The universe was holding this spot for you, girl. I could feel it. I could sense it. It's just like the universe was saying, "Peekaboo, we see you." And so I said, "Yes, I commit to showing up." And by just saying that commitment, just saying yes to that commitment, I don't know what. Yeah, I know I'm distracted now because my nose is itching like crazy. Um, so by saying yes to that commitment, things started showing up that I least expected. And this commitment is from the original time I said yes is 6 weeks away. And then other opportunities for Tammy to show up were happening and coming forth. So I was, okay, I get it. I hear you. I hear you. Like spirit, I hear you. Like my spirit, my soul. The universe wants us all to show up, darlings. Even if it's, and it can be simple. The universe wants us to show up, and it can be simple. The universe, your spirit, your essence, your soul wants to be lit on fire. Wants you to show up, and it can be simple. Now, how many times do we end up? So let me know, ladies. How many times do we look at other people and how they're showing up, and you're like, wow, that's cool, or wow, wish I knew how to do that. And we think it has to look like them. Girls, I got caught up in that so much for so long. I'm still deprogramming myself from that. I am still deprogramming myself from that. Of thinking I'm supposed to show up like other people. Like and kind of like I would go into this comparison and like, oh, I need to do it like this, and well, they're a professional, so I should do it like that, and and then also because I was in that and not always catching myself in that, that was depleting my energy, depleting my energy. So when we go within and we ask our soul, how is it that you want us to show up? How is it that you want us to show up? It might just be stepping outside and going for a walk. The simple things we do, darlings, the simple things we do can create such monumental shifts in our world beyond what we could ever imagine. Something as simple as doing the dishes in pure, like being with the dishes as you're doing them, being with your heart, breathing into that heart instead of like and being with that and being in that gratitude of like when you're doing dishes. Let's just keep it simple, okay? And instead of the energy of, oh, I got all these dishes to do. Instead, being in that gratitude, being in that heart, being in that space, you're showing up to do the dishes. Serious about this, girls, women, ladies, aunties, grandmamas, mamas, daughters, nieces, friends, sisters. Do you know why I use the word sisters? Anybody have a clue? Because I believe you all have starlight within you. We are stars. Feel that. You have this amazing, amazing starlight within you. And so many, 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 many don't see that. I didn't see it for years. Girls, I am turning 60 in May, and I am still recovering my starlight. It's a lifelong journey. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's emotional, deep emotional, deep, 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 deep. And sometimes it's just like a celebration. But when you find those right mentors, those right teachers, the desire for you to surpass them, girlfriend, you have a unique gift in your hand and utilize it. And when I used to, some of the teachers I used to have, a lot of them I would surpass. Coaches, teachers, whatever you want to, different. Some of them I would surpass because I would be diving deep and going. And I've even been kicked out of a group because I was 100%. And that woman could not handle me and my energy. But I didn't know that at that time. They made it look like it was all me. Yeah. Because they didn't want to deal with their own stuff. She even got upset when I was feeling energy with a couple of other students. Oh, Tammy, don't you do that. We don't want your energy in here. It's all got to be the teacher's energy. I'm like, well, isn't that why we're here? Working on our own energy and our own stuff. And I would have teachers that wanted to mold me into their whatever, siphon off my energy. I remember one time, wow, I haven't thought about this in a long time. I remember one time talking to a guy on the phone and said yes to one of his things, one of his programs, we were, doing some work together. And I don't know if he realized I could really feel energy. And this is probably 15, 18 years ago. It had to be, oh, okay. It had to be, wow. It only was like around 10 years ago ish. And I don't know what I said, but his reply back was, yes. Now you're mine. And I can like, oh, we're gonna, but as soon as he, and now, but as soon as he said, now you're mine, and the energy of that, I'm just, whew, I knew I am not to work with this person because he was already putting a claim upon me and my energy and my gifts. Could he? So I deterred from that. And I was excited about working with him. I really liked him. Like, and he was very well connected. But I know now that that was not my path. So I showed up, I listened to the invitation, and I felt the invitation. And that was a definite no. And that's why I bring this forth, because if there's not a definite no, if there's like a no, no. But you know a definite no because you'll feel it in your body. Like there is like no way, don't do this. Like you can even feel the blockades. If you feel that no and you're still going forward, look at it, ladies. So differentiate between your no's. Are you just saying no to something because you're scared? If there's not a definite full body no, then you got to look at that. There's a reason why you're being invited. How many of you, okay, let's hear your stories. How many of you have been invited to a gathering, a celebration, and you really don't want to because maybe you don't believe? Okay, I'll just say it like this. I don't go to the Catholic Church anymore. I grew up Baptist, then became Lutheran after my mom and dad divorced, and my dad's second wife went to Lutheran church. And then I got married and he was a Catholic. And I thought I had to do all this, right? Okay, being a Baptist, mom found a church, and it came with a bus and picked us girls up on a Sunday. Well, that's nice and convenient. Mom and dad didn't have to go because the bus came and picked up the girls for Sunday school. Okay, so, and I, gosh, well, I remember the gumballs. We would get this great big gumball, like big, huge, like gumball when the bus would take us home. But I think we had to say something in order to get a gumball. Maybe memorize something. Now I can't remember. Hmm. Wow, I haven't thought of that in a long time either. And the bus would drop us off at 1313 Lawrence Drive. That was where we grew up our earlier years. Okay, wow, going down memory lane here. Anyway, so when okay, so what was the purpose? Do-do-do-do. Oh, so when you're invited to something, but you don't really believe in their philosophy, let's say, or their teachings, but somebody very dear to you invited you. So you feel this no and this yes happening. How many of you experience that? Right? Say, so now I don't go to the Catholic Church. Yep. Nope. Don't believe in what they teach. And I could go on a whole tangent about that, but no. Well, because I raised my kids Catholic, they go through all the motions, no matter what they know now about the Catholic Church. And okay, and So I got 2 grandsons being confirmed or, like, going through First Communion, and I got 2 other grandsons going through confirmation. So, do I wanna show up for them? Yes. Do I agree with all this practice of the Catholic Church and how they try to grab souls? No. No, no. But do those children understand that? No. So will I show up? Yes. I will show up. However, I will make sure I am grounded in my energy. I will show up in my greatest essence and not be pulled into the energy that is presenting. And that takes work. That takes work. That takes us healing our inner stuff, our inner blockages, our inner guidance wants to come forth. And the more we heal these inner this movement, these inner, the more we heal that which is within us that no longer supports us, that triggers us, that is painful to us, when we heal those different aspects, we can show up in a higher degree of who we came here to be. We can show up in a higher degree of who we came here to be. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Is this resonating with anybody? Let me know. All right. So I want to encourage you that when you have an invitation to really, really go into that. Is it a true full body no? Is it a yes and a no that you're like, not sure, not sure, not sure? Are you being asked to show up with, are you being asked to show up? Are you being asked to show up in some way that you might not know or see at this moment? Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. I want to remind you all that are here today that I am going to be having a class this April, starting tonight, 4 weeks, the month of April, starting at 6:30 tonight Central Time. You're welcome to join us. Just reach out with a direct message to me via Facebook, and let's get you signed up, where we can help you to find your true yes, to help differentiate between your yes and your no, where we show you the infinite possibilities that are around you. For those of you that are new to me, I'm Tammy Lee, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. I am an accelerated, intuitive energy tracker and way shower that awakens the depth of your soul to the fullness of your power and abundance of wholeness within each and every one of us. And together, we bridge the gap from where you are to where you desire to be. And we bridge that gap in every area of your life. I help guide all that I work with into the darkest depths, the tallest mounds, to help you to recalibrate oneself, to help you to heal those ancestral lineages, those ancient discords, and all those fragmented soul pieces that desire to come back to us, to you. We heal those together in this lifetime, so that when we pass over, we don't carry all this stuff with us. We have annihilated paradigms that no longer serve us. We have then healed these aspects that of ourselves and our lineages before we leave this planet. Think about that. Think about that. Healing all these aspects within your ancestry. Freeing up your family. Freeing up if you have children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. Freeing them from carrying the burdens that we came here with to heal, to clear, to transmute, to annihilate, so they will never, ever affect anybody else the way they have affected each and every one of us, whatever the personal story is. Not just this lifetime, but many. I love you. I love you. I love you. If you want to, oh, yeah, okay, I got it. If you want to book a 20-minute free consultation with me, just go to my website, www.theemeraldcompass.com. There's a link on there for a 20-minute one-on-one with me. I'd love to connect with you. If you want to connect with me, we can do it one-on-one via that link. If you have any questions, thoughts, comments, let's keep this story. Let's keep this energy going on inside our Facebook group. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here for you. If you have any thoughts, questions, concerns, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Cheers, everyone.